Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Bunganyi. Thank you so much for joining us today. On this episode of Red Carpet, we have a look at Kenyana World, a Rwandan fashion brand, a Paraguayan football artist paying tribute to players through art, and how a festival in Burkina Faso is helping bring back film. Let's get on with the show. Nigerian singer Tems recently received a nomination for the upcoming Golden Globe ceremony in 2023. Award-winning Afrobeat superstar Temilade Openiyi, also known as Tems, was nominated for Best Original Score in a Motion Picture based on her contribution to Lift Me Up, a soundtrack that was featured on Marvel's Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Trevor Noah will be the host for the Grammy Awards in early 2023. The comedian, who recently left his job as host of The Daily Show on Comedy Central, has been asked to be Master of Ceremonies on February the 5th, which would mark his third time leading the Grammys. Afrobeat superstar Davido made history as the first Nigerian artist to perform on a FIFA World Cup stage. Davido made his much-anticipated performance at the closing ceremony of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar, joining the duo of Aisha and Trinidad Cardona to perform Higher Higher, the first single of the multi-track FIFA 2022 World Cup official soundtrack. This was Davido's first public performance since his son Ifeanyi died in an unfortunate drowning incident in September. And let's go to East Africa, where we make a stop in Rwanda, home to Kenyana World, a fashion brand located in the city of Kigali. Kenyana World was created by Kenyana Nadine, a young fashion designer whose mission is to create ready-to-wear designs. Nadine tells Red Carpet that she first got into fashion as a hobby, but was soon inspired by a Made in Rwanda campaign to encourage local entrepreneurship among youth.
Fashion has been a very big part of my life since I was at a very young age, but I was doing that as a hobby. But when I graduated in high school, that's when I started taking sewing lessons. From there, I was doing it as a hobby still. Then later on, there was this Made in Rwanda campaign that was like going on.
Kenyana says that most local fashion brands were targeting high-income earners, leaving a gap in the market for young professionals who wanted trendy designs but couldn't afford to buy from luxury brands.
There was a gap in the market. There weren't clothes for actually younger people who are making a modest income. So that's where I joined the fashion industry as a profession. We make clothes for people between the age of 20 and 35 with a modest income at an affordable price, actually.
Kenyana is also giving back to the community in form of skills training and hiring young aspiring designers to work as interns at Kenyana World. She says that she is inspired by flowery fabrics and bold colors.
I love flowy fabrics, I love colors, and I love mixing fabrics. That's what normally inspires me. I plan to expand the business by educating other people, empowering them. We normally have a time where we take a few people to come and do some internships regarding sewing, fashion design, like the basic skills that they actually need to make a garment. Now
the World Cup may be over, but the spirit of the tournament through art lives on. Paraguayan painter Lili Cantero, whose work has been lauded by the likes of Argentine football superstar Lionel Messi, exhibited her work at the World Cup in Qatar. Using football as her canvas, she pays tribute to the players like the legendary Brazilian football star Pelé. Lacopo Luzzi has the story.
As World Cup action captures the attention of fans around the globe, it is also a source of inspiration for Lili Cantero, who creates works of art showcasing the beauty of the sport. Using footballs as their canvases, the Paraguayan in Qatar for this year's World Cup has created works of art inspired by teams that have won the trophy. When Cantero learned of the deteriorating health of 82-year-old Brazilian football legend Pelé, she decided to use her talent to pay tribute to the man considered one of the greatest players of all time.
This ball is inspired by Pelé's career as a way to pay him tribute and wish him strength to overcome what he's going through. The design is inspired by one of the most iconic photos of him lifting the World Cup. The hearts make reference to the 3 cups Brazil won with him.
Cantero began to explore combining art with sport when some of her friends asked her to create designs on their football boots. Argentine football legend Lionel Messi shared a pair she made for him on social media. Messi's post led to international recognition for Cantero, prompting the government of Paraguay to send her to the tournament in Qatar to exhibit her work.
The inspiration in each of her works is unique. Even the smallest details she draws on a booty are unique.
When she paints on a football, Cantero first prepares the surface by removing the factory finish so the acrylic paint can set better. She then places the inflated ball on a special mount so it does not move while she uses brushes and airbrush to paint it.
I always set very high goals for myself, so when I started working on this, I always knew I wanted to be here. I got the opportunity with the World Cup in Qatar, so here I am. Next will be the Women's World Cup, and there is a lot to do with other sports.
In addition to the ball dedicated to Pelé, other samples of Cantero's work are on display at the South American Football Confederation's exhibition in Doha, including balls paying homage to other champions such as Argentina's Diego Maradona.
I am very blessed to be able to work in art, which is what I've always liked, and even more focusing on football. There are 2 things that I have always liked, and now I found the way to unite both things.
Cantero says she had always dreamed that one day she would get to show off her talents during a World Cup, and her hard work has made her wish come true. Jacopo Luzzi for VOA News, Doha, Qatar.
And then we have a freestyle footballer who has become a viral sensation on TikTok and the World Cup stage. Maimi Ashgari, an Iranian woman from Denmark, has some outstanding football skills. Jacopo Luzzi spoke with the talented performer while in Qatar for the global tournament.
The World Cup in Qatar is not just a football tournament, it's a cultural event full of people from different countries and backgrounds. Maimi Asghari is one of them, an Iranian football freestyler from Denmark who traveled to Qatar not only to see the matches, but also to show off her skills. The 24-year-old wears a hijab, something she says is important to her. At the same time, she is challenging perceptions about what it means to be Muslim and a female athlete.
Don't change yourself, but change the game. And it's so important. I grew up in a country where I'm a minority. Most of my teammates were Danish. It doesn't mean I have to, ethnic Danish. It doesn't mean I have to change my looks and color my hair blonde to look like them. I can change the game so I can fit in it.
Asghari has been passionate about football since she was a child. Her fancy footwork and acrobatics have attracted plenty of online attention. She has almost 500,000 followers on TikTok. Her videos have gotten millions of views and likes. Her popularity on social media led World Cup organizers to invite her to Qatar, where she has been performing on the streets of Doha for fans. She says her online fame takes some getting used to.
I need to get used to it. I don't know. I don't even have the words to explain it. It's a weird feeling, but I like it.
Asghari hopes what she accomplished will help dispel stereotypes about Muslim women.
It was difficult for me, being alone, feeling like nobody understands me, and now could make the path for the next generation, or even be out talking so the younger girls feel like, oh, there's somebody who knows the pain we have been through, and if she could make it, I can make it. And it just makes me happy that I can be one of these examples for the next generation of kids.
Despite the challenges, Asghari's focus and dedication has allowed her to succeed, says her friend Dalia Dirau.
I think she deserves it because she works so hard for it. Like, I remember when we were small, she was training every day in front of our apartments.
Asghari has already met several football stars, but she dreams of challenging some players to a match.
I think first of them is Ronaldinho, because he's like, he's the legend of the tricks and all the kind of, yeah. And then probably Neymar, he's awesome too, but he's younger than Ronaldinho. I watched more Ronaldinho as a kid than I did watching Neymar. And then probably Cristiano Ronaldo. I love his confidence.
Asghari's message is clear. No matter a person's race, gender or religion, anyone can play football and enjoy it. Jacopo Luzzi, VOA News, Doha, Qatar.
And let's go to West Africa in Bobo Dioulasso, Burkina Faso's second largest city that was once the hub of a renowned cinema culture. However, today it does not have a single active movie theater. Its cinema hall is now privately owned and is locked to the public. Film director Idrissa Touré, once one of the city's most prominent filmmakers, he hopes to bring the magic of the movies back to his hometown as a jury member of the first film festival organized in town. Here is more from Reuters. Rust has almost erased the white-painted letters spelling program on a sign outside the sand-colored building that was once the only cinema in Burkina Faso's southwestern city of Bobo Dioulasso. Film producer Idrissa Touré peers nostalgically through locked glass doors, reminiscing a time when residents of the country's cultural capital could enjoy films from across the continent and beyond.
I competed for the Camera d'Or. My film was first selected at FESPACO in 1994, and in 1995 it brought me to the Cannes Festival. The later I came here, and I showed it to my mother. I had already sent my mother to Mecca, so that she would feel the strength, the happiness that this letter brought me. I said, "Mom, this is like the Mecca of cinema. I am going to the Mecca of cinema in France." And there it was, the joy.
A spiraling insurgency in Burkina Faso's north has forced the government to increase security spending, diverting funds from its arts and culture budget in the process. Heartbroken but not discouraged, Touré judged a week-long film festival at the start of this month that showcased a selection of African productions in a bid to revive local interest in the art. Burkina Faso has clout in the continent's film industry, with several feature productions landing international awards over past decades. The West African country hosts the renowned Pan-African Film Festival, FESPACO, in its capital Ouagadougou every 2 years, but the new festival is a first for residents in Bobo Dioulasso. Burkinabe film producer Omar Dangoun attended the festival's first day.
In the history of Burkinabe cinema, you will see that many great names have come from Bobo Dioulasso. But there has never in return been this kind of festival to bring people together. It's true that there have been meetings, but a festival like this represents a moment of exchange, sharing, learning from elders, and passing on to the new generation too.
And with that, we come to the end of our show today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. For more entertainment news, remember to check us out at voaafrica.com. We are also on all social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube, where you can watch our videos. Remember to like and share and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye everyone.